The Great Hall of the Galactic Dominion's War Council had never known silence like this. 7 species sat around the obsidian table: the Vreth, the Kalians, the Sulori, the Dominion's finest military minds, all staring at the holographic display floating above them. Admiral Zorith of the Vreth, a creature of 4 arms and cold calculation, studied the battlefield data with compound eyes that had witnessed 1,000 wars. "Report," he said flatly. Commander Yessa, a slender Sulori female, stepped forward. Her blue fingers trembled slightly as she activated the display. "The humans have repelled our advance fleet at the Orion Belt sector, Admiral. All 900 vessels, destroyed or disabled." Silence. "How many human ships engaged them?" Zorith asked. Yessa swallowed. 43. The silence this time was different, heavier. The kind that falls when intelligent beings begin to question everything they thought they understood about the universe. On the bridge of the U.S. Resolute, Captain James Hargrove leaned back in his chair and sipped cold coffee like a man who hadn't just obliterated a fleet 5 times his size. "Casualties?" he asked. Lieutenant Marcus Webb looked up from his console. "2 ships took hull damage, sir. No fatalities." Sergeant Cole sprained his wrist during an evasive maneuver. Hargrove nodded slowly. "Send him a get-well card." Webb blinked. "Sir, we just destroyed 900 enemy vessels." "I know." Hargrove set down his mug. "And the Dominion is going to be very upset about that. Get me Admiral Reynolds on the line. We need to talk about the 2nd Fleet." Webb froze. "The 2nd Fleet, sir?" Hargrove gave him the kind of smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. "Son, you don't think Earth sent its good ships first, do you?" Back in the Dominion War Council, Admiral Zorith was receiving information that made his forearms go rigid with dread. Intelligence Operative Drex, a small gray-skinned Kalian, placed a data chip on the table with shaking hands. "We intercepted human communications, Admiral. We believe what engaged our advance fleet was their reserve fleet." The room erupted. "Reserve?" General Mocketh of the Vreth slammed 3 of his fists on the table. "That was a reserve fleet? 43 ships. Reserve? Their primary war fleet," Drex continued, voice barely above a whisper, "according to our intelligence, consists of over 400 vessels, modified, upgraded since their last registered census with the Galactic Council." He paused. "And that is not counting their ground forces." "What ground forces?" Zorith demanded. Drex looked up. His large black eyes carried something that looked remarkably like pity. "Admiral, humanity never demobilized after the Proxima conflict. They kept their armies active. All of them. We estimated their standing military at roughly 2 million personnel." He took a breath. "We were wrong." "How wrong?" "By a factor of approximately 20. Admiral Eleanor Reynolds stood aboard the UES Valley Forge, the flagship of Earth's first expeditionary armada, and looked out at the stars through reinforced glass. Behind her, 412 warships held formation. Each one battle-tested, each one crewed by humans who had grown up on a planet where everything, including the wildlife, had historically tried to kill them. Humans, she had always believed, were not violent by nature. They were prepared by nature. There was a difference. You didn't survive millennia on a planet like Earth by being aggressive. You survived by being ready, always ready. Her communication officer, Ensign Tyler Brooks, turned from his station. "Admiral, the Dominion is requesting a ceasefire transmission." Reynolds raised an eyebrow. "Already?" "Yes, ma'am. They want to negotiate." She was quiet for a long moment, watching the stars. 43 reserve ships had done this. 43. "Tell them we'll talk," she said finally. "But first, tell them to look at their long-range scanners." Sector 7. Brooks relayed the message. 30 seconds later, he turned back slowly. "They're asking what they're looking at." Reynolds picked up her own coffee mug, a habit apparently universal among human commanders. 400 warships. And behind those, she almost smiled. "Tell them that's just the ships we wanted them to see." Admiral Zorith stared at his scanner display. His 4 hands were very still. 400 human vessels. Organized, patient, waiting. They held back, he said quietly. This entire time, they held back. Drex nodded once. Admiral, we didn't start a war with humanity. Zorith turned slowly. We, Drex said, knocked on the door of humanity's patience. The War Council said nothing. Outside, the stars were very quiet. And somewhere across the galaxy, humanity waited calm, prepared, and absolutely terrifyingly ready for whatever came next.